Hello, and welcome to my new moon in Libra tarot card reading for October 2021. It is the beginning of a new cycle, and so much energy is moving. All the readings and videos I've been watching recently have been saying, like, October is the month. It is the month of transformation and change and activity, and get ready. So I'm really curious to see what the cards are going to show us today. I have the Osho Zen Tarot card to start with. We're going to pull 3 cards, the individual now, the collective now, and then the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. So now through the next new moon, a month from now. And then I'll pull 3 cards for wisdom from our guides. So I am all set up. I got my cup of water. I've got Ram Dass East Forest playing in the background in case you hear that. And yeah, let's take a breath together and see what there is to see today. All right, so I've already shuffled all my cards. I'm just gonna mix them up a little bit. Last month we got the Lovers for the collective now, the creativity card for the individual now, and then celebration for the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. So I trust that your last month has had a few moments of celebration and creativity. All right, here we go. For the next lunar cycle, the individual now, the Fool. They have pulled this card in several of the readings I've been watching. The Fool for the individual now, the collective now, totality. We've had that before. We'll look at that together for the collective now. Isn't that funny, just real fast, when you see the individuals hanging off of there and then the collective is swinging and being caught by somebody else. I love the way they play. And then what are we doing? The highest possibilities. So good. Be the lion in the sheep. I mean, I just watched a video, that Awaken JP guy, that's so funny. He did one about being a lion, stand up, be the lion. And so I love that this card has shown up for us. So let's see. Let's see what it is that we are going to want to look at together. All right, friends, here we go. Individual now. Take a look and see what you see first. Let me see if I can try to get it to focus better. What do you notice as you look at the card? Try and make it less blurry. Anything that jumps out at you, and trust what that is, because you're going to receive your own message from this. Even as I offer my perspective, like there will be words or phrases or something I say, and your mind will, or your soul will take you down another whole little trail. So trust what comes up for you and allow yourself to have your own dialogue while you're hearing me in the background. All right, the Fool card. It's the first card of the deck, which I was just saying, this is a new cycle, or at least this is what all the other people I've been following have been saying. It's a new beginning, a new cycle, something, one woman said it's a new timeline that we are stepping onto or into. And it kind of feels like that. It's like he's maybe, and I say he, but it could be anyone, any gender, any identification. It looks like this figure is stepping off the cliff, maybe had a hand held onto something over there and let it go. And now is like, here I go. And that's the energy of the Fool. I go where I want to go, and listen to Star. I go where I want to go, and I don't worry about if I'm going to be caught. I just know the universe has me. And we've actually been looking at that a lot in our conversations in the energy gym, about, does the universe have our back, and what does that mean, and what does that look like, and why would we believe the universe wouldn't have our back? And I feel like this card is saying, look what's at your back. It's the entire universe. Literally, you have stars, moon, all of that open space, which also is the same exact color as all of this open space. Like, look at what's at your back. You're so good. You're so held. So take a step off the cliff. go into that next adventure and know that the universe has you, and it's going to be amazing. So that's the first thing I see, is look at the universe just watching from behind, like, you go, Fool. You go. And then I also have the immediate impression, and maybe it's because I don't have my glasses on, but when I look at the clothes that the fool is wearing, it kind of looks like the colors of Superman to me. The vest that, you know what I mean? It just reminds me of Superman, and um, even like the Batman and Robin kind of leotard and boots, at the bottom. It's sort of this superhero. Like, what if the fool, we all call this individual the fool because they look foolish and they're about to leap into the air and not get caught. But what if the fool knows that this one is a superhero? What if the fool already knows, like, you call me a fool, but I know I'm a superhero. I know I have everything I need inside of me, and I can be Superman or Superwoman or super person and just walk into the unknown. And I'm going to fly. And what you can't tell in this moment is that there's a cape, almost like a parachute, right? Like maybe the sleeves and the top here just open up, and all of a sudden the fool is like flying because there's this whole magical carpet cape thing that's just going to carry the fool into wherever they're going. I mean, what if that's the next cycle that we're all moving into? What if it's to discover these superpowers that we didn't realize we had, this inner strength and fortitude and wisdom that we've just never trusted before? And it's sitting right inside. And the moment we take that step off the cliff, right? Like, it all comes through. It all comes through, and everything you need is inside of you. And suddenly maybe you are walking on air. And do you remember that song? God, it just flashed into my head. Walking on air, I never thought I could feel so free. I can't think of the lyrics right now, but that's the song that I'll go look it up when I'm done. Like, what if we're just walking on air? What if that is actually something we can do? And in this moment, it looks not so sure. But the moment that next step happens, the fool is actually a superhero walking this way. Zero, it's a card of total possibilities, unknown, new beginnings, all starting over again. There's 2 O's, even though they're not zeros in full. Like, it just feels like complete new possibilities. Which brings me to the new moon in Libra. So this morning when I was out doing my run, I was thinking about like just Libra in general, Libra energy. And my go-to for Libra is to say, well, it's about the partnerships. It's about the relationships, the balance between other individuals and myself. Like, it's that sort of energy. And so as I step into the new moon, am I going to examine these new intentions within my partnerships? And what I felt as I was running, it was almost like I could hear my guides just sort of hitting me on the head a little bit. And they're like, babe, you start with yourself. So let's not worry about all of those external partnerships right now. How about you look at the places within yourself where you still need to come into balance? You, as in me, speaking to myself, the human Viv. Like, how do I need to come into greater balance in this Libra energy? What inside of me is still trying to find the answer or the projection or the understanding through a relationship outside of myself, instead of looking at here? So we go inward. We turn the lens and we start looking inward. And I do a lot of that. I think many people, hopefully, do a lot of that inward looking. But I just caught myself in the tendency at a new moon in Libra to go outside of myself immediately without starting inside. And I feel like the fool is it's a symbol, it's a representation of what happens when we look at what's inside of ourselves. What's in here is this superhero, is everything we need, is all the understanding, all the wisdom, all the access to the universe, everything. It like sits in here. And sometimes, myself included, we're so afraid to, and this card was for the individual now, remember? Individual, not collective, in. We're so afraid, I believe, of our own power, of our own wisdom, of the I mean, we call them crazy, right? Like I have these crazy thoughts or ideas, or I have these daydreams or fantasies, or these ways that I could see my life being that it isn't that yet, or these things haven't manifested, but I know, like I can feel all the potential inside of myself, but I don't actually experience all of it physically yet. And that vision, that dream, that desire, that clarity of who we are at our most expressive, beautiful being, that is so big and so powerful and so dynamic that it can scare us, myself included. It can have us go, oh, I'd rather go over here and do this. I'd rather go into that relationship and see if I can lose myself in that relationship or situation, because this power, this love, this magnitude, this whatever is in here, like if that goes out, I could fall off the cliff. I don't know if I actually believe I could fly. I might fall off the cliff and crash and burn. So I'm just not even going to. I just won't even go. I just, you know, I'll just put this card down and move to the collective. I'll go do this thing. I'll go do this thing. And this thing, let's have you look at this. So this is the collective now. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Totality. The card is totality. It's for the collective now. So notice what you see. I know we've had this card a couple times already. Yeah, and which person? Do you remember the one time I was looking at this? I said, I think it's like a green alien. It's like the woman in Wicked. She's got green skin in the middle. At least that's what it looks like to me. And it's a leotard, but she looks kind of alien in the middle. So notice where your attention goes. Is it to where the hands are not yet connected? Is it to one of the beings on either side that's catching or letting go? Is it the one in the middle? Are you looking down here at the bottom to go, what's at the bottom? What happens if they drop that person and that person falls to the ground? It's going to be like this. They're going to crash and burn. So just notice what you notice. I feel like it's so significant that these two cards are side by side for the individual now and the collective now. And so I'm going to read them. I'm going to read them in that way, not just the collective by itself, because it's all of these individuals that make up the collective anyway. Like this is all of humanity. Well, all of humanity is 8 billion of these. So it's kind of important to look at the relationship between the two, especially in this Libra energy. Like, what is the relationship between the individual and the collective? How does the collective impact the individuals? Like, what's the dynamic between here? So there's so much. I'll just unpackage what comes immediately to me. I feel like if this is the Fool, the individual on their adventure out in the amazing wilderness, the universe, the wide open space, leaping off into their superhero status, knowing like whatever's going on back there is irrelevant, they're going forward into this unknown. This color here, this pink red, feels like this. So is this experience happening all the way back here around the corner, maybe, where the Fool isn't even aware of it? The Fool isn't even paying attention to what's happening in the collective. That feels true to me. The Fool is just like, I don't need anyone to catch me. I don't need to engage in this human thingy that's happening. My totality is right here in my own hand with nature up on this mountain with the universe at my back. I'm free and liberated and doing my own thing, and I don't need to engage in this. And also, this can't be what 8 billion souls are doing, because this is the card for the collective. So more perhaps are engaged in this experience, this feeling of, I have no idea what's going to happen. How many times have you heard that phrase? Like, I've heard it so many times. I've said it myself. I have no idea what's coming next. Who knows? Who knows? Like, hands up in the air. I give up. I surrender. I have no idea. No one could predict what is going to be the next thing that humans do together, because we're just riding this ride, which is what this looks like. We're riding this ride, and And sometimes you know you're in control of your part of the one moment's experience, and you've got someone's feet in your hands and you're swinging them and you're about to let them go. Sometimes you're the one in the middle who's like, has anybody got me? Am I just going to fall? Like, do I have to leap again and trust that someone's going to catch me? And sometimes some people are just always this catcher, always. Like, they never get off the swing. They never get off the ride. All they're doing is catching people who are trying to jump because they always need to be rescued or supported or, right? Like, there's so much going on in this. So the point of the totality card is it says it looks at everything in this positive spin. It says, keep your full attention in this moment at the energy that is flowing between these three. And if all three are completely, totally present, no one gets dropped. The one will know when to let go. The one will know when to catch, and they will just swing off and then get off the ride and get down to the floor, or keep swinging because they're enjoying this ride of going back and forth. So Osho's card says, like, totality is being in this now moment. All of the light, all of the attention is on this one moment. My interpretation right now, as we look at new moon in Libra energy, especially with this card following it, my interpretation is all this shit that's happening all the time is a distraction from allowing us to be in our own inner centeredness and knowing and trusting our own fool's adventure and journey. This game and dance that is the human experience right now is just all to keep us busy, to keep us distracted and blah, blah, blah. So much is happening over here that we can't even comprehend what it would be like to go into nature for an hour, a couple hours, a weekend, a week, right? What? Leave this to go just be and see if you are this superhero inside, which you are. We all are. You are this multidimensional cosmic stardust inside of a human form who came here to be miraculous and brilliant and extraordinary and a fool, to discover your own superpower. That's why you came. See the universe is here at your back. I don't see the universe here. I see a spotlight. Who's got the spotlight? Is that the universe doing it? It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's a man-made, mental-made spotlight on, what's happening over here. And this is just three people. Imagine if you have 8 billion rows of 3 people who are all like ready to swing and swing and swing. Yeah, okay, we'll go to the next card. Highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. I believe the way out of this, to be able to experience this, is to break the conditioning. My camera just like did this. To break the conditioning. So I'm going to hold the card and let you look at that for a moment first. What do you notice? Anything you see? Yeah, and then what do you feel like as you look at the card? What is it? What emotions or feelings come up in you, or where in your body? You might feel this in your stomach, like, ooh, or like, yes. You might feel it in your throat, like, I could roar, I could yell, I could break this tie. I'm ready to like pop out of that shit. Yeah, trust whatever is moving through you is energy that is being activated by the words, the energy I'm sending through this video to you, and the card and the message of the card and the wisdom of Osho's Zen deck. Like, all of this is energy, information, consciousness that is being sent to you through this video, and you are the receiver. So you might lean back and be like, I don't feel anything. I feel nothing. card, whatever. Or you might have energy moving and you're just assimilating that. This is a powerful card. It's number 15 in the major arcana. Actually, no, this is a rainbow, whatever. You can look at the tarot cards on your own, but this card specifically is a powerful one that is indicating a major life change or a major life theme that is coming up. And the fact that I'm holding this card and saying this is the highest possibility now through the next lunar cycle. So now through the beginning of November, this is what the highest potential is for you, for all of us. It's to break the conditioning. It's to have this new beginning, new start, individual expression that looks foolish and is actually superhero, and step out of whatever it is that's holding you in this pack. It's not that the sheep are bad or wrong. I feel like a lot of the division and the arguments and the fighting happen right now on our planet in so many topics because we lock in and we say one is good and one is bad. And since I'm having this feeling, I must be the good and you must be the bad. So I'm going to hold on to all of my opinions and beliefs that make me good, which ultimately are going to keep you locked in that you're in the bad because you don't align with what I believe. And so we all sort of get entrenched, not all, that's a very big statement. Many get entrenched and don't want to open up to understand or communicate or see why one is one opinion and one is another opinion. It's just shut down. And this card is not saying lion is good, sheep are bad. Sheep are good, lion is bad. Lion eats sheep. Sheep defer to lion. It's not saying any of that. It's saying this one is different than this one. Not right or wrong, just different. And the lamb has its role. It has its beautiful contributions and gifts that it's going to contribute to, like the movement of energy on our planet. We need sheep. We need those who are going to have, you can look up the animal totem for sheep. I don't know it offhand, but what does sheep represent? What energy do they bring in animal medicine? Well, we need lots of sheep that are going to bring that perspective, that wisdom, that energy, that flow. We need lots of sheep on our planet, so they're not wrong. And we also need lions for whatever the lions bring. So you can look up lion animal medicine and see where you feel you align more, or maybe you've been both. I've been a sheep many times. I've been a lion a few times. And then sometimes I'm right in the middle. I'm kind of this like little wrapped up area that's got a little bit of sheep and a little bit of lion. And I'm just trying to like figure out which one I am and what to do and what to say. And that's the journey at the moment. It's just that one experience. And then I'll step into this or I'll step into this. It's not, I don't believe what it's saying here is one is bad and one is good. Maybe you can read the card definition and see what you think. My interpretation is it's saying just be who you are. If you are the sheep, be the sheep. If you are the lion, be the lion. And then just be fully that. Break the conditioning that says I have to look and act like everyone around me. This lion, once it breaks its little ropes here and goes trotting off, it might never even eat a sheep. It might just be like, I like you guys. I don't need to eat any of you. I'm just going to walk over here and I'm going to see if I can find others who look and talk and move and breathe and feel like I feel. And so the lion just needs its own people to hang out with. But that doesn't mean the lion in its new group over here is going to look at the sheep and go, those suckers, those jerks. It's like, no, those are sheep and I'm a lion. And so I'm just going to be over here and you're going to be over there. What if the conditioning, this card is saying to us, break the conditioning that says you have to fit in with everyone around you in order to exist, to be part of this human experience. What if, kind of like this, isn't it? What if the individual experience right now is each of us finding out, are we lions? Are we sheep? Oh, what if we're kangaroos? What if we're giraffes? What if we're elephants? They're not even in this group. The conditioning is be who you are, break out of this mold and be who you are. Go be the fool. Maybe there's a group of fools, just like there's a group of lions. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give you just a nugget from the conditioning card because I think that's the one that our minds perhaps are going to go, I don't understand. I don't understand how to do that. So this is from the Osho deck. Let's see what it's going to offer us here. All right, here's what it says. Unless you drop your personality, you will not be able to find your individuality. Individuality is given by existence. Personality is imposed by the society. Society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like a sheep. Individuality has the quality of the lion, and the lion moves alone. And I would say the lion still moves in a pack. Even if the lion is a leader, it still naturally wants a pack to be with. The sheep are always in the crowd, hoping that being in the crowd will feel cozy. Being in the crowd, one feels more protected, secure. If somebody attacks, there is every possibility in a crowd to save yourself. But alone, only the lions move alone. And every one of you is born a lion. But the society goes on conditioning you, programming your mind as a sheep. It gives you a personality, a cozy personality, nice, very convenient, very obedient. Society wants slaves, not people who are absolutely dedicated to freedom. Society wants slaves because all the vested interests want obedience. I mean, that's absolutely what we are moving through as a collective humanity right now. And I feel like the way that we are staying conditioned to follow the crowd is by keeping us so busy and distracted that we don't have time to look at each other and go, are you a sheep? Are you a lion? Or what do you do? We are just in this survival of swinging back and forth and trying to make sure we don't fall to the ground. And this game that we're all playing is keeping us so busy that we don't even have time to look at this. We don't have time to consider what's actually happening. So drop the distraction. Go out into nature or claim a little time by yourself at this new moon or over the next weekend. And just ponder the card. Do I want to follow like everyone else? Do I want to step into my own expression? Do I believe I have some superhero powers? I believe we all do. How do I tap into that? Well, the way to tap into that is to go inside and be by yourself and not engaged in the drama, and then see what comes up. All right, ready for some wisdom from our guides? We're going to pull 3 cards. The first one, as always, yay, the Vine of the Mystic. Love this, by Deb in Australia. Speaking of conditioning, sheeps and lions. I feel like every month I've been saying, Deb, I see you. I see you. I honor you. You are badass, my friend. You are a lion in the sheeps for sure. So big, big love to all of our friends in Australia who are just trying to figure it out, you know, and like all other countries, but for some reason, I don't know why theirs feels more intense to me. So I am sending love to Australia. All right, we are going to pick, we'll do the 3rd card down, and this is wisdom from our guides. So let's specifically focus it on how do we drop out of the distraction? How do we step out of this game so that we can have some space? So let's see what Deb has for us. We'll do the 3rd card. Dream. Oh, yes, dream. That's how we step out of it. Actually, it's almost like we don't step out of it. We step up. We step up into the dream. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's see. See what you see first as you look at the card. The light keeps flashing as I look at the video. It's really cool. Okay, so let's look at card number 19. That was funny. I thought my video camera turned off for a second. It was like everything changed. That was wild. Oh, I got all distracted there. Something happened in the energy. No, that's the back of the card here. All right. How do we step out of the distraction? We focus. All right, here's the dream card. Oh, this is so perfect. So how do we step out of all the distraction? It says, deep sleep is necessary now. Close your eyes and see what visions come your way. Begin a dream journal and watch with fascination the messages that come in symbols, which can show you a new path to understanding. REMS, it says REMS and rest show the way to transformation. Deep sleep is necessary now. That is like the most simple and perfect answer. So our question, just one more time, how do we step out of all of this? You dream and you allow yourself to like record your dreams and understand the messages and the symbolism of the dreams. And that is that inner work, right? The dreams, I believe, are going to show us what the superhero powers are that sit inside. And so maybe those are the messages. Maybe the universe is sending us those messages through our dreams. Perfection. Thank you, Deb. Beautiful wisdom as always. I highly suggest you contact her. I'll put the link in the description and order your own copy of the decks. You can play with them on your own because they are so fun. So much fun. All right, next card. Wisdom from our guides. Lightseers, Tarot. So if we asked about totality, the next question I want to ask is about conditioning. If in our dreams, not if, when in our dreams we start to receive guidance and clarity and information, what is there for us to know about breaking the conditioning, about identifying if we like being a sheep, if we want to be a lion, if we want to be a whole other animal, if we want to step out of the crowd, if we want to stay following the crowd, like how do we get more clarity from our guides about conditioning? And we'll do the third card down again. This deck is so pretty, the images that they use. Okay, third card, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is so good. How do you break the conditioning? You become the magician. And how do you become the magician? You start paying attention to your dreams. You start paying attention to your dreams because your dreams are bringing, see how she's got this figure 8? He's got this figure 8. The dreams are like up here wanting to be brought down where you can see them. This card, well, I'll show you the card. Look at it for yourself first and see what you think. Card number 1, the Magician. So just notice whatever you notice. And then I'll add in a couple thoughts. I don't know if you can see it. It literally sits behind. Do you see it right there? Right here? That's my magician card. My daughter drew it for me. She painted it for Mother's Day. And so I have the magician at my back all the time. So I love that this is the card that we got. All right. So the question was, how do we break the conditioning, or how do we know what to do about breaking the conditioning? So this to me is throat chakra activation here. This to me is an individual who knows that the universe, I'm going to say her, but you can use whatever gender you prefer. She knows the universe is at her back. She's sitting here on earth, grounded, see this green energy, and she's looking into the water, which to me represents emotion, subconscious, wisdom. She's pulling with her hands, which hands are an extension of the heart chakra. So here's your heart all the way out to your hands. So she's pulling information, wisdom from the universe through this infinity symbol at her crown chakra, down through her heart, through her hands, and bringing it into physical reality through this water, the energy that manifests right here. So it's from the spiritual to the physical, from the unknown, the ethereal, the dream space, the imagination, the fool's realm, down here to practical, actual, like, okay, now what does it look like and what do I do with it? And I feel like if there were cards in sequence, she would have been meditating. So let's say this, I don't know which way you're looking at the video, but let's say this is the first card. She would have just been sitting still, meditating, feeling the universe at her back, getting super focused, coming into her heart space. This next card, she starts moving the energy. She's bringing it down, putting all of the energy here into the physical. The card after that, the manifested card, would be she puts her hand down into the water and picks up whatever the thing is that she's manifested. Because now, here it is. It's in her hands. She's got it. She's got it. So going back to the question, you can tell I love the Magician card. How do we break the conditioning? What if this lion becomes this individual? So the lion, instead of looking around and trying to figure out, am I a sheep, am I a lion, blah, blah, how do I untie all of this? Where's my tribe? What if the lion just stops, closes his or her their eyes, goes inward, and this is the lion, and the lion, with all the sheep and activity and everything happening around, is just sitting here going, and then waiting to see what manifests. I was just talking to my friend yesterday about creation, how we have like what looks like chaos and insanity around us and all these things pulling at us. We have this, we have all this. And so when we put that down and we go inward, our focus can shift to creating. Instead of reacting, we start creating. And when we create and we're tapped into this flow of energy and the universe is at our back, the creations are going to be amazing. The creations are going to be like this here. You can't see my hand, but I'm like this. Here's this thing for you. You want to play, right? Like that's what happens. That's what happens. Like when we turn our attention away from all the distraction and we go inward, and the universe is here playing, the universe wants to express through us. The universe isn't saying, oh, why don't you just sit there and think about it, struggle, just stay in the struggle. You could have this card for years. I'm a lion, but I'm sitting with the sheep, sitting in the sheep, still a lion, still sitting in the sheep. Yep. Or the lion turns inward and is like, what am I going to do about that? What's going to happen? What is going to be created through me? And then all of a sudden, here's this thing. And then the lion is like, I don't care if you're sheep. I don't care if I'm a lion. Here's my creation. Here's the thing that I want to share with you. Do we even need a label? We need all the animals. We need all the species. We need everyone. And what if we're all creating? What if, I know I'm just moving the cards all over. What if everyone gets down on the ground, climbs off this game, this ladder, this matrix, this whatever, climbs down to the ground, and we all start sitting, and all this energy that we've put into trying to hold and swing and trust the timing and be totally present, we all turn it inward. What if there's a line? You know how I said there might be 8 billion lines of 3 people or whatever the math would be of all these people lined up. What if we have 8 billion humans sitting on the planet, grounded with the universe at their back, playing in this creative energy and then bringing something forth? Hot diggity damn. I want that experience. Like, doesn't that sound amazing? So the Magician card, what's really cool about Light's Ears Tarot, she has a website and you can go to the website and all the cards are on there. She has a whole web page. And when you scroll down through the page, it has writing prompts. And I feel like I talked about this last time. It gives more information, like her experience, Chris Ann's experience as she was creating this card, what was moving through her and why she used the images she did. So I would highly suggest, if this is the highest possibility for the next lunar cycle, is for you to be the magician, go look at the card and see what the card says online. I'll try to remember to put a link to that in the description for you, but if not, Light Seers Tarot, you can find it online. And then see what advice she has. You know, for some of us being in this experience of like out in the middle of nowhere with no one, it can feel like and we don't know what to do when we're by ourselves in that space. And so looking at what Chris Ann offers gives you some sort of action. Like, what do I do? Okay, I'm going to journal my response to these questions and see what brings up in me. Great message, isn't it? I love it. I feel like the cards are laser focused, laser sharp today, which is amazing. Okay, last one is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and I will pull one card. And this has no structure to it. This is just, okay, guides. Okay, all my guides, all your guides, all guides of those who are going to watch this video, which is going to be a lot of guides. Guides, not guys, guides. What is just a last little like fun thing that you would like for us to receive as we sit here at this new moon in Libra, new beginnings, new timelines, breaking the conditioning, being foolish, which really means being a superhero, tapping into our dreams and being the magician. Like, what would you like for us to know? I'm going to do top of the deck, bottom of the deck. Top of the deck is going to be the highest, like, best possible outcome in the next month. So between now and November, if you are doing your work and tapping in and breaking the conditioning and stepping away from all the drama and tapping into your inner power, like, highest possibility in the next lunar cycle for you is going to be the drum. The drum. This card to me is like, get ready because you're about to get called to action. The drum. Lowest possibilities. God, even that's amazing. The owl, that's the lowest possibilities. Are you kidding? It's going to be a good month, friends. It's going to be a very good month. All right, so let's do highest possibilities first. What do you see when you look at this card? Also card number 15. Wasn't that the card of conditioning? Yeah. What do you see? I feel like all the pattern in this one, superhero vest, it's like it became multi-dimensional. Like, I see sort of a, I don't know if this is what you see, but it looks like sort of an eagle beak maybe, and then these big wings that are open and this huge, like, almost looks like a world, like a globe at its breast, like, yes. And then it's handing the moon on a platter. That's how the card looks to me. I don't know if there's actually a drum. I guess maybe that is that the drum? I can't quite tell from the images, but so let's see what the 15 card tells us as the drum. This is highest possibilities with something fun from our guides. It says, the rhythm of the drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. Its wood frame links you to the trees and helps you journey to the lower world via the roots and the upper world through its branches. The drum skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The drum invites a trance state where healing and prophecy happen. Invitation. The drum invites you to take the next bold step in your journey. The forces of heaven and earth are aligned behind you, supporting effortless action. This is not a time to push against the river. The current will take you exactly where you want to go once you jump in. Collect your power tools and summon your courage, because it is going to be a wild and glorious journey. Allow yourself to be carried by the rhythm of what is really essential in your life. And then the medicine is, you travel to the beat of a different drum. It's time to acknowledge you do not fit a mold or role or relationship that is not in tune with you. Find your rhythm. Respond to the heartbeat of the distant drum. The price you pay for lingering becomes higher with each passing day. Now is the time to move on. Yes. Isn't that so exciting? Be bold. Be bold. My last podcast was being brave. Be bold, my friends. Be bold. All right, the lowest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. I'm going to show you the card, and I'm going to let you look up animal medicine on your own and also see whatever comes up in you. What number is that? Number 39, which adds up to 12. Lowest possibilities. I feel like it's like being seen. It's like the owl says, I see you in here. What are you going to do about it? And maybe you stay. Maybe you stay the same. And the owl card is like, look, lowest possibilities for the next lunar cycle are, now you have awareness. Now you know. Now you know, because you can't unsee what you've seen. So I've shown you this card, and I've called to say, hey, step out of the game, step out of the distraction, figure out what this means to you. Pay attention to your dreams, be the magician, be the fool, and then be bold. Be so bold. So fun. So fun. All right, that is it for now. There's so much more I could say, and also we're just going to keep this to the new moon focus. I'm going to go make a new moon meditation next. My guess is going to have something to do with this, but we will see what flows through as I sit down to record it. I will put the link to that in the description. The meditation is $11. It is an activation. It is an integration of all that I shared here. So it will absolutely, it's me. It's me doing this. That's what the new moon meditation is. It's me bringing this universe down into something that I can hand you and say, hey, here you go. For $11, guess what? You get a little bit of magic, my magic. And so I will put the description to that in the comments. I encourage you to try them once. You will get addicted, because I love them also. And there's a manifestation circle. So behind me, this is where we all write in our intentions. When you exchange for the meditation, you can send me your intention for the next lunar cycle, and I will write it into the manifestation circle. And then I will burn that paper sometime this weekend and release it to the stars. So that's what's going on. I will be making a podcast tomorrow. If you do not follow me in my Gaia's Love podcast, I invite you to come and do that. It's just me sharing my life and my journey. It's pretty damn fun. So that will be tomorrow. And then this Sunday, we are back with our once a month guided meditation energy healing. And we do that live. So you can join me on the phone at 10 o'clock on Sunday, also for $11. And we will be clearing and then refilling. It'll be amazing. And I'll put the link to that in here too. I think that's it. All right. Have a beautiful, beautiful new moon in Libra. I'm sending you so much love.